when souls remember what they have never learned. Have you ever felt like you belonged to another world, where everything was peaceful, pure, bright but not dazzling? Have you ever dreamed of glowing seas, crystalline mountains, beings who communicated without words but with the frequency of love and light? You may not have learned about Lemuria, but your soul may have lived there. And today, through the immortal wisdom of Mahavatar Babaji, you will not only hear about Lemuria, you will remember it within yourself. Lemuria is not a lost land. It is a frequency you still carry within. Babaji. Lemuria, legend or soul memory? From forgotten legend to the spiritual code that lives in you. When we say Lemuria, most modern people will think it is a legend. An ancient civilization, perhaps sunk into the sea, and existing only in the imagination of dreamers. But in the spiritual world, what disappears from the map does not cease to exist. In fact, Lemuria is not lost, it is stored. Stored in the energy cells of the earth and in your cellular memory. What is Lemuria? Lemuria, also known as Mu, is the name of a pre-Atlantic civilization believed to be the first cradle of the highly conscious human soul. There is no state, no religion, no war. There is no need for laws, because everyone lives in love and a deep understanding of oneness. Lemuria is not a place where people live to exist, but a place where people exist to be in harmony with heaven, earth, each other. Although not officially recognized by modern science, many ancient cultures have a strange commonality. The Mayas spoke of a first light age. The Polynesians passed down stories about a sunken motherland. Hindu texts such as the Mahabharata speak of ancient light empires that existed beyond normal perception. Mahavatar Babaji, the living memory of Lemuria. It is no coincidence that Babaji is ageless, has no beginning, no end. He did not come to start a religion, but to keep the ancient frequency, the Lemuria frequency, alive through the present era. Many people in deep meditation have reported that they saw Babaji not standing in physical space, but appearing as a stream of light, in a timeless land, a crystalline mountain, where everything does not need to be named to be felt. You thought Lemuria was submerged in the ocean. No, Lemuria is submerged in oblivion. But I, and you, still carry it in your energy blood. Babaji. Lemuria's spiritual secrets, supersensitivity, light healing, and the forgotten human consciousness technology. Lemuria, a civilization that uses light instead of machines. The Lemurians did not build their society on matter, but on vibrational frequencies. In Lemuria, progress was not measured by mechanical technology, but by the degree of integration between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness. They did not need transportation because they moved through ideas. They did not need healing because they lived in balance and did not get sick. They did not need language because they communicated with the frequency of the heart. There, we do not use tools, we are the tools. We do not use words, we are the message. Babaji. 1. Frequency communication. Words were never the main medium. The Lemurians communicated by telepathy, but not in the way you hear a voice in your head. They transmitted the whole experience, images, emotions, vibrational frequencies, as if you were living with them in that moment. The Lemurians understood that all forms of verbal communication are limited. Therefore, they did not use words to express, they communicated through co-presence. Have you ever felt that someone understood you even when you had not spoken? That is the Lemurian communication memory reviving. 2. The ability to heal with light, without touching. The Lemurians did not study Reiki, did not study techniques, because they were healing. Their presence was so balanced in frequency that any surrounding distortions were automatically corrected. They don't cure disease, they become so clear that the disease dissolves. The Lemurian healing frequencies include light from a calm mind, regular breathing, full of prana, the concept of unconditional love, the ability to hold space for others to heal themselves. The Lemurians don't try to change anyone. They make themselves so pure that everything around them changes automatically. 3. Mind technology, no wires, no screens, just frequencies. When modern people think of technology, they think of phones, chips, AI. The Lemurians see the human body as super technology. The brain is the transmitter, receiver of frequencies. The heart is the center of loving frequencies. The spine is the axis of interdimensional energy transmission. The pineal gland is the antenna connected to the source. They activated this technology not with devices, but with meditation, breathing, and silence. Babaji taught this through Kriya Yoga, as it is a redesign of the original Lemurian technology. For Lemuria did not disappear, it just moved to another dimension. As the vibration of the earth became heavy due to greed, fear, separation, the Lemurian civilization was not destroyed, it just separated itself from the 3D dimension. Some of them retreat to the light plane. Some are reborn in the present time to support the planet in entering the new era. They are people like you. Sensitive but strong. Spiritual but not dogmatic. Healers but not showy. Bringing light but living very humbly. You don't need to remember everything. You just need to live at the old frequency and everything will remember you. Babaji. Signs: you are a Lemurian code and it is awakening. Lemuria doesn't need you to believe, Lemuria just needs you to remember. Have you ever felt like you were living in the modern world but didn't belong anywhere? Have you ever heard a song, smelled a scent, touched water, and suddenly felt like crying without knowing why? You don't need anyone to confirm that you are from Lemuria. Your body, your soul, your heart whisper it every day. Here are the clear signs of a Lemurian soul. 1. You feel a deep homesickness without knowing which home. Not homesickness, not missing people. It's remembering a feeling of having been completely yourself, in the light, dissolved in pure tenderness. You can't name it, but you know it's real. 2. You are extremely sensitive to energy and always know when someone is telling the truth. The Lemurians did not communicate with words. They felt, and so can you. You can walk into a room and feel the energy field vibrating. You don't trust words easily, but you trust your inner feelings. 3. You are especially drawn to water, crystals, and untouched nature. Water is the symbol of Lemuria. You have a love for quartz crystals, which have a frequency code on their contours. Many modern Lemurians heal deeply through the sea, lakes, rivers, bathing, rain. You love nature not for the scenery, but because it is where you remember your original vibration. 4. You have the ability to heal or connect naturally with animals, children. Lemurians did not learn to heal. They lived in balance, so they healed through presence. You may be someone who makes others feel lighter when they are around. Communicates with animals through eye contact. Feels others' emotions without speaking. 5. You often feel like you have a mission you haven't remembered. Lemurians reincarnate at this time to complete a cycle of light. You always feel like you are born to do something great, not in an achievement sense, but in a soul sense. You feel like you can't live a lie. You feel different. And that difference is sacred. These things are not coincidences. They are signals. You don't have to be a Lemurian. You just have to stop denying that you are one. Babaji. Lemuria is return, a sign of collective awakening, the earth's transformation, and the role of pure souls like you. The return is not a tsunami, but a wave of awakening. Many people think the return of Lemuria is the rise of a continent. But in reality, Lemuria is not sinking, it is just changing its frequency. Lemuria does not need to re-emerge as a nation. It is returning through each person, each conscious choice, each act of compassion. From individuals scattered around the world, a very strange feeling is felt. I no longer want to live the old way. I can no longer stand the hypocrisy. I cannot not live authentically. It is the Lemurian frequency that is rising within millions of people. The earth is entering a rebirth phase, and you are the vibrational holder. The planetary transformation is not just climate change, it is frequency change. The old system is collapsing, not because it is bad, but because it is no longer compatible with the new frequency. The rigid education system. Religious beliefs are divisive. Power structures that are not human-centered. All are being deconstructed from within. The earth does not need to be saved. She is healing herself through souls like you who are remembering the ancient light. You are a link in the global network of light. Do you think you are just one person? No, you are a coded point of light placed in the right place at the right time to hold a vibration in the midst of chaos. Every time you choose silence over fear, you hold a piece of Lemuria. Every time you love without reason, you send a signal to the souls who are about to awaken. Every meditation you do not only helps you, but also lifts the energy of the whole community. If just one person lives like the light of Lemuria without preaching, that light can still awaken a sleeping city. Babaji. Clear signs of Lemuria's return through the global community. The explosion of mass meditation. Many people give up their old lives to find the truth within. Children awaken earlier, more sensitive, more loving. The strong growth of slow living, mindful living, sharing energy communities. Strangers from all over the world feel the same frequency. Your role is not to become something, but to return to what you have always been. You did not come here to save the world. You came here to live at your original frequency, and through that, you will influence everything around you. Babaji did not give you teachings, he gave you a mirror. When you look into it and see the Lemurian light within yourself, you become a living gatekeeper for the transformation of this planet. You, the Lemurian coded soul, reincarnated at a pivotal time for the planet. This is not a time of dogma, religion, or right and wrong. This is a time when your inner vibration is the strongest message. Your role does not have to be grand. You do not have to be on stage. You do not have to be enlightened to begin. You just have to remember the light within and then live as that light. Small actions, big frequencies. When you choose silence instead of reaction, you open the Lemurian space. When you listen without judgment, you are regenerating the energy of unity. When you respect the soul of another, you are keeping a part of the Lemurian gate open. When you meditate, not to achieve anything, but to return to your original state, you are sending Lemurian waves into the collective. Babaji's message for this moment. You will not be called by a siren. You will not be summoned by a flag. You will only know when your heart begins to vibrate in unison with the healing earth. then you will not need anyone to guide you. You will rise up on your own, like a ray of light remembering the way home. Lemuria meditation, activate your inner light code, connect with Babaji and your source frequency. Why is meditation not just a practice, but a remembrance? In Lemuria, no one learns meditation. They live in meditation. That is, every moment is a ritual of presence, harmony, and awareness. Meditation, in the Lemurian frequency, is not to achieve anything, but to return to what has always been within you. Babaji does not teach meditation as a method. He leads you into a state where you remember how to breathe, how to listen, how to connect with the infinite. And that is what you are about to experience. Lemuria Meditation Guide, according to Babaji's energy. Meditation time, 15 to 20 minutes. Location, quiet, soft light, close to nature if available. Optional, can use background music frequency 963 Hz or 432 Hz, frequency of power connection. Start, breathe back. You do not need to go to Lemuria. Just breathe, Lemuria will come to you. Babaji. Sit still, no tension, no effort. Let go of all images of good meditators. Take a deep breath in through the nose, hold for 3 seconds, exhale through the mouth very slowly. Repeat 3 to 5 times. Feel the light entering with the breath. Close your eyes, focus on the area between the eyebrows, also known as the inner light gate, third eye. Stage 1, activate the Lemuria light code. Silently say inside, each sentence slowly, leisurely. I allow the ancient memory in me to awaken. I don't have to try to become the light. I just need to stop denying that I am the light. I open the Lemurian spiritual portal within me right now. As you say this, a gentle wave will pass through your heart or spine. You may see images of water, crystals, or simply a deep sense of safety, as if you have come home. Step 2, connect with Babaji in silence. Now, don't try to call him. Just say in your heart, Babaji, if you are here, I just ask to be present with your light. No images, no answers. I will sit here, like a mountain that asks nothing, and just listen. Sit still. Don't expect anything to happen. Babaji will not appear in form, but in frequency. You may see a bright spot, a warm glow, or tears will come to you. This is the return. Stage 3, transmit the Lemurian waves to the world. Once connected, let that light flow through you. Imagine every cell in your body being re-encoded with peace. Silently say, may every small action of mine bring the frequency of Lemurian into the world. May every step be a reminder to souls who have forgotten the light they once had. I have not come to teach anyone. I have come to be a living memory. Sit still for a few minutes, like a beacon of energy waves. Finish, remember, do not try to remember. When you open your eyes, do not rush to return to life. Just know, a very deep part of you has just awakened. You will begin to see the change in the way you breathe, in the way you look at others, in the way you are silent. And that is Lemuria coming alive through you. Conclusion of the whole journey, you are not learning, you are remembering. If you have walked this journey, you may not have read with your eyes only. You have seen with your soul. You have heard with your heart. And you have begun to be the light you once were. Babaji did not come to lead you. He came to stand still, until you remember the way back. Lemuria is not just where you once lived. It is you when you live as if you have never left the light. Mahavatar Babaji. From the ancient land of Lemuria to the awakening flame within you today. Namaste.